Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Um, excuse my voice, my allergies are really driving me crazy today, and it's just got me icky. Um, so, I'll give a little bit of a brief here for a minute. In 2015, like, my whole world totally changed, like, just everything, and I ended up kind of viewing the world and everything in it from a completely different viewpoint. And I mean that very literally, everything. So I even started like hearing my music differently, and one of the things was one of the songs from the Beatles, Imagine. I've always grew up loving them, but just one day I was listening to this song and it was like my brain just like kept replying to things that they were saying, and I was like, I'm gonna write this down. But I actually didn't do this writing until 2018. I just thought I would go ahead and share it in here. My knee keeps scraping, it keeps rubbing up against my desk. That's what that squeaking noise is. So, I heard Imagine by John Lennon a few days ago while I was out in public. It was one of my favorite songs for the majority of my life, so when this realization washed over me, I was stunned. I never put too much thought in the past about what songs meant. Things have really changed for me over these past 3 years, though, and I just don't think the same at all. There isn't much at all that I don't put great thought into. Anyhow, moving on to my point. When I heard this the other day, it struck me that I needed to write this, but first I needed to look into a topic to add some of its research into what I wrote today. I actually have not read this in a couple years. While doing so, it actually had mention of Yoko Ono, John Lennon's wife, speaking about it already. So what I was already thinking had actually been talked about. It was really weird. That confirmed what I had thought, that this song is about exactly what I thought it was about. The One World Order. Some people, New World Order. Many people have not heard about something called the American Stonehenge, but it sits right in Elbert County, Georgia, for anyone who's interested in it to go see. It's been called the Georgia Guidestones. Now, I have a page on Facebook where I talk about a lot of this kind of stuff. And this actually exists. It really does. You can go see it anytime you want to, if you ever go to Georgia. There are 4 giant stones with 10 commandments written in 12 different languages. Yoko Ono said, I want people to know about the stones. We're headed towards a world where we might blow ourselves up, and maybe the globe will not exist. It's a nice time to reaffirm ourselves, knowing all the beautiful things that are in this country, and the Georgia stones symbolize that. It was so weird to me. I told my husband, my mom, a couple friends that what I wrote in this before I ever read this about what she was saying. I had told them this is exactly what I thought this song was about, and then I started researching, and I was right. This is crazy. Change the way you'll ever look at the song again. Okay. What is the significance of the America Stonehenge? 1. Dramatically reducing the population of the world, keeping it at 5 million people only. Think about what they'll have to do to people to make that happen. That means that someone, or a select group of someones, will choose who is worthy to live and who will die and when. We are at 7 billion people. Think about this. Promoting environmentalism. It's not horrible, right? Establishing a world government. One government that controls the whole world. Establish a world government, one group controlling everything, everyone, everywhere. That is too much power and control for anyone or any one group. Also, it is exactly like described as one world order. 4. Promoting a new spirituality. They want only one religion for all people. Does anyone believe this will be a truly God-pleasing thing? Do you really think they're going to choose God? Or do you really want to follow just what one person thinks is right? Does anyone want to be forced to live by one group's idea of what religion should look like? So what exactly is written on those stones? Maintain humanity under 5 million in perpetual balance with nature. I already pointed out why this is frightening. Guide reproduction wisely, improving fitness and diversity. Guide reproduction? And what about the disabled, the elderly? Just exactly how do they fit into this? Unite humanity with a living new language. New language for everyone? Isn't this why God, like, separated everybody and gave them different languages? You know, they were building the Tower of Babel and they were trying to accomplish things that were not okay. So he scattered us and gave us different languages so we couldn't all, you know. Okay, moving on. Rule passion, faith, tradition, and all things with tempered reason. Whose reason? Who gets to rule it? And how will they do so? And how do they rule people's passion, their faith, and tradition? You really want somebody to dictate that for you? Protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts. Whose idea of fair and just, though? Protect people... Oh, okay. Let all nations rule internally, resolving external disputes in a world court. Again, one world court and government. Avoid petty laws and useless officials. Whose idea of petty laws, and what will they do with the useless officials? Balance personal rights with social duties. Who dictates these two things? There goes our freedom, no matter which way it goes anyhow. Prize truth, beauty, love, seeking harmony with the infinite. The infinite? Where's God in all of this? Be not a cancer on the earth. Leave room for nature, leave room for nature. Again, who decides what and who is a cancer on the earth? To limit the population to 500 million requires the extermination of 9/10 of the people alive today. To keep it in balance with 500 million afterwards, think about it. They choose who lives and who dies to keep that balance. So who had these things built anyhow? Here is what is known. On June of 1979, a well-dressed, well-speaking stranger visited the office of Alberton Granite Fishing Company and said that he wanted to build an edifice to transmit a message to mankind. He called himself R.C. Christian, but it was found that this was not his real name. He said that he represented a group of men who wanted to offer direction to humanity. Now, think about the Masons and the Illuminati and stuff. He's from that. Think about that. There is a book in the public library written by an R.C. Christian, and it appears that the monument was erected in recognition of Thomas Paine and the occult philosophy he espoused. The Georgia Guidestones / American Stonehenge are indeed used for occult ceremonies and mystic celebrations to this very day. Thomas Paine wrote a book called The Age of Reason. Its intent was to destroy the Judeo-Christian beliefs upon which our republic was founded. What is the hole in the stones? The hole was drilled through the center stone so that the North Star could be seen through it at any moment. This was one of the requirements that R.C. Christian had for the building of the American Stonehenge, which reflects his obsession with the alignment of the stars, sun, and the moon. Remember what the Bible talks about on that. We don't do that stuff. Occultists often worship the alignment and movement of heavenly bodies as part of their religious ceremonies. Coincidence? I just don't think so. So, back to the song. Imagine there's no heaven. Yeah, I'd rather not. It's easy for if you try. No hell below us. Above us, only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Forget about God. Live in the moment. Imagine there's no countries. Back to that one world order again. Nothing to kill or die for. Except keeping the world at 500 million, right? And no religion, too. Again, how about no? Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Yeah, you're part of a group of insane men. I hope someday you'll join us. No thanks, no call for me. Masonic, Illuminati? And the world will be as one. There's that one world again. Imagine no possessions. Yeah, because they took everything. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. Yeah, only for those who join them. A brotherhood of man. Only for those who join them. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. They try to make it sound so nice. I wonder if that's how they'll thin out the population. Oh, sorry. Have you seen the Hunger Games? I wonder if that's how they'll thin out the population. Or maybe they'll let the Muslims in to kill all the Christians. I don't know, but I do know this one world idea sounds way too much like how the Bible says things will be in the last days. Take care and God bless. So what do you think about this? Does this sound pleasant? Sound like a good thing? I don't know. I know that when you start reading the Bible about the end days and you start reading everything about the New World Order, everything seems to line right up with each other. It seems to be way too similar. And I don't know, just I was listening to that song one day. I think I was in the store or something and it was on, and my brain just kept echoing the responses back. And when I dug in and I looked it up online, I just typed in Imagine, and I typed in like the Beatles, Imagine, and then I typed in One World Order, and then that stuff showed up. I'm like, oh my gosh, it really actually is what that is. And I just, people, you listen to music and you just take it just at face value. And when you research into what these songs mean and what these artists are really doing behind closed doors, and I'm telling you, yikes, a lot of things have other meaning to it, and just because it has a catchy tune doesn't make it a good thing. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that out there. I've learned a lot this last few years, and I'm a little bit more picky about what I let go in now. But I'm not gonna make this video too much longer because now I'll just be babbling on the same topic. But I just kind of wanted to share that and see what y'all thought. I'm sure I'm gonna get a lot of, if anybody watches this, people yelling at me, but I'm just gonna let you guys know now. I have super thick skin, and I don't sit and debate. If somebody actually wants real knowledge and they're actually open-minded, I'll talk to you about it. But if you're just playing devil's advocate and causing drama, I literally will not respond to you. I don't have time for BS. So anyhow, bye y'all.